Hey everybody, how's it going? Ron Watson, Positive Vibe, host of DiscDogger Weekly. Welcome to the show. It's Sunday night, hanging out. Just got some dogs with me. Anyone on the busted cam? Eppie, you're on the busted cam. You got some hair around your face. What were you eating? Huh? What were you eating? It's almost proof of being bad. It's almost proof of being bad, Eppie. So, we're broadcasting live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. If you guys are out there, hit us up. We rely on chat to keep everything going. So, yeah, hit us up on chat. Let me make sure that we're live. It's kind of a pain, actually. Hey. I actually have that button. I can do that. I think that does something still. Boom. Look at that. Kind of cool. All right. So, I pulled up some articles from the website. I figure I'll have to jump into them because I don't have a bunch of stuff set up. Because, you know, I'm always so prepared and whatnot. All right, and I will just open each of these in a new window and we'll run through them. And that'll be the show. There we go. As easy as that, right? So, again, I'm trying to see. I do need to check and see if we are chatting. Again, I'm trying to see. I do need to check and see if I'm probably inceptioning you guys now. Oh, I'm good. All right. Facebook people, if you're finding out that you are Facebook user, you don't have a name, you can go here. And if you friend that page, or I don't know what the hell it is, but if you do the thing and give them permissions, you'll get your name and avatar on the chat list. All right, let's jump in. First, let's check the busted cam. Somebody's being really loyal. You being loyal, Eppie? Of course I am, Ron. King, you're not being very helpful. Mango, you're not being very helpful. All right, learning to curve for a self-correcting throw. So, this is actually a pretty good video. I'm going to post that in a link. It's a really old lesson, but it's a pretty good one. I'll post that here and here. So if you guys want. So the learning to curve for a self-correcting throw. The idea here is we need control over both hyzer and anhyzer, right? So we have a lot of times we have new throwers or certain throwing situations where we struggle to throw purposefully either anhyzer or hyzer, right? So, for instance, toss and fetch. Some people, when they throw toss and fetch, the disc turns over and kind of fades to the right. And that would be like, it's a turnover shot, right? The disc hyzer flips, gets up, and then swerves out with the left side of the disc up a little higher. And then sometimes we have discs that hyzer out, right? So they get out there and they're almost there and they just fall off and fade to the left. And so the hyzer and anhyzer balance is really critical, right? And a lot of times there are certain throws where striking a balance is difficult, right? Like, have you ever tried to throw an anhyzer overhand wrist flip? It's not very easy, right? Have you tried to throw a hyzer overhand wrist flip? And my guess is you haven't. Everybody tends to only throw those things flat, like you're supposed to, right? Flat is awesome, it is important, but it isn't. This is a frisbee, not a ball. It flies in very special ways. We should take advantage of that, right? And that idea of pushing the frisbee to do different things, really important. And that is how frisbees move, and that is how it is done. You know, we get stuck on, you know, such and such is a badass, they throw it like this, and it's sticky floater, and it's beautiful, and that's that. That's how throws are made. The overhand wrist flip, a lot of times, it's real raw and aggressive, and the disc pop and hovers, the dog pounds on it, it's awesome, right? In order to be able to do that well and to control it, you need to be able to throw with some hyzer, and you need to be able to throw that throw with some anhyzer. You have to have the touch to be able to go higher or lower. And if you have the touch to go higher or lower, then you have the touch to make your adjustments to make it flat. A big mistake I think that people make all the time is only trying to throw flat. So we have this idea of learning to curve for a self-correcting throw. The idea is I want to be able to throw anything from this angle, the subtlest of hyzer throw, to this angle, the subtlest of anhyzer, right? And then I also want to be able to do the most aggressive of hyzer angle and the most aggressive of anhyzer angle and hit my target with it, right? And if I can do that, if I can do the tiniest of tiny, the tiniest of tiny, and hit my target, and do the most massive of massive and the most massive of massive, well, then I have mastery throughout the entire stroke of the throw. And that's learning to curve for a self-correcting throw. Line up with your pal, I don't know, 70% of max throwing distance, and alternate. You'll go hyzer, anhyzer, straight. And I'm actually going to pull that up, I think. Let me see here. There's a couple of really good videos that I put out not too long ago with Jack. Eppie, that'll do. Are we... Date created. That's not it. Oh, come on, Ron. Anhyzer. Hyzer, anhyzer. That is it right there. We're going to have to watch this one first. I'll let you guys watch this while I try and find what I'm looking for here. Give me 1 second. Boom. All right, so let me do this. I'll be right back. And I'll be here. If anybody
All right,
chats,
so we've got the skip and roll. We have the
Waiting to
idea
pounce.
of like bowling and rolling. We can hit a target. What we're going to do now, in order to throw hyzer and anhyzer at a big distance, so we're going to take that target out there that we were throwing at and lift it up in the air. We're going to...
That's so sad, Alicia. That's so sad. It's like little Bart Simpson without his soul, rowing his boat alone. I'll just have to play with my target. Oh well. I hope you find, you got to make some Frisbee friends. Updog, judges class, come and see me.
Tilt it. We're going to tilt the field.
This
At
is
this
pretty
camera
good
right
stuff,
here.
guys. You should check that out.
Shooting up. It's essentially on that camera's angle. The field is going to go up. You can see that little limb over there. Let me get out of the way here. You can see the limb of the tree hanging out. And over there you can see the bough of the pine tree coming out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate, skip and roll, hyzer to that one. See, that should work. Hyzer to the far edge of the tree, and hyzer to the bough of the green pine tree. Hopefully I can hit them. So here we go. Hyzer right up there. That was a little far and to the right, but I'll take it. And hyzer, we're gonna hit that green hanging. Whoa, not that one, the further one. That shit didn't happen. Go over here, boom. Ooh, that was money. That's exactly what I was shooting for. And then I'm gonna hit that one over there. Oh, look at that, look at that. Oh, just missed it. I'm gonna go hyzer to this one over here. Ooh, look at that.
Okay, so thank you, Alicia. With the hyzer shot, I'm actually I'm pulling it up. If the tree bough is here, right, and I'm throwing from here, I'm curving it, and the top of the curve is at the bough of the tree, and then it fades in from there. And on the Anheuser shot, I'm doing the same. I'm taking that target distance and I'm trying to make the top of the bend, the top of the curve, the trajectory of the disc to be that place. So in doing that, what I'm essentially practicing is on the hyzer shot, when I throw it up into the tree, up on the right.
I'm gonna go Anheuser to that one over there.
Hang on, I'll back it up. When I go hyzer there, that right there is essentially like me throwing a skip shot and trying to hit a target with the disc skipping off the ground.
Ooh, look at that. That was money.
The
I'm gonna go
Anheuser
Anheuser
shot,
to that one over there.
the Anheuser shot here
is
hitting the ground in a roller, like at a targeted place. So I'm really getting a good sense of delivery of the disc.
But you get the idea. What we're gonna do is we're gonna tilt the field up, and we're gonna take that targeting of the roller and the skip shot, and we're gonna hit that target with hyzer, the target to our right, and the target to our left with Anheuser. Just pick a spot, a tree, a telephone pole, the top of a house, whatever. Pick a spot, try and hit it. It's important. All right, same thing. Gonna try and hit that furthest part of the tree on the right with a hyzer shot. I'm gonna try and hit that lowest bough of the pine tree, second one, out there in the middle of the field. I'll highlight it in the video, with an Anheuser shot.
And again,
I think I was standing in front of the camera. We have the drone up, so we're gonna let it rip, see what happens. So here we go, hyzer over here, bang. Little low, little to the right. Anheuser over there. Ooh, that was a good one.
Ooh.
Pretty close. Hyzer. Hyzer over there. I'll take that one. That one was pretty solid. You see how they come back to the center? It's kind of interesting. Anheuser to the bow over there. And I'll take that one, missed it by a few feet, that's okay. Hyzer over here. A little bit inside, but you can see that I'm targeting those very purposefully. That's gonna allow me to put some big distance, some force. Ooh, that was a good one. Ho, ho, ho. And it's gonna allow me to put some force on the disc while maintaining high.
All right, so that idea, targeting in hyzer, hitting a spot, hitting a target, and then like hitting a trajectory target. And I hope you guys understand what I mean. The trajectory that the disc takes. I want that target that I select to be like the apex of the curve, right, on both of those. And in this next one, we're going to play catch. Jack and I are going to play catch with curves with the same concept. So I'll let this play, and hit me up if you guys have any questions. It's a really good topic. It's a great...
All right, Ron Watson, Positive Vibe, host of Disc Dogger Weekly. I have Jack Faley out here.
And it's super fun game of catch.
We're going to do some catch with curves. We're going to throw an hyzer, then an anhyzer, then a straight throw.
Oh, at least I'm still sad about
We're at
this.
about 40 yards. Show you how that works. Ready? Here, I'll throw first. We'll just play catch. Here it comes.
So I'm going to throw hyzer.
Nope, you're just catching. Yep. Ready? So first one's hyzer.
And I'm trying to drop it right on
as
him.
best I can.
He's going to do the same.
He's going to
And
drop
we'll both
it on
have
me as best he can.
various degrees
Then
of
we'll go
success.
Anheuser. Run, Forrest, run.
And I do believe we are set up at 40 yards here. You should set up about 80%, 70, 80%, like your distance.
Jack's going to return with Annie. Beauty.
We don't want to stress the distance
will be nice
so
and
much.
Straight. And it'll finish straight.
It's hyzer, anhyzer, then straight.
Because, you know, you got to kind of throw it with hyzer to get there. Jack will return it straight, and we'll dial in. We'll dial in the distance here. We didn't get any warm-up or anything. Really good warm-up, by the way. So hyzer.
So the first one's hyzer. Jack will throw back with hyzer.
He'll return with hyzer. Beauty. Annie.
And then it's anhyzer.
Didn't
It's
quite
terrible
get
throw
there.
around.
Again, we'll dial in the precision and accuracy as
I
we
should
do
be
this.
dropping it on Jack each of these times.
Annie, beauty, Jack, beauty.
And so we're running the gamut
Straight.
as well of angles. Hyzer, anhyzer, straight. And then I'm going to pick like skinny hyzer. That's what Jack just hit. Or Jack went straight. Here's skinny hyzer.
I'm calling it criteria.
Yeah, it was hyzer. I'll take it. And then I'll do skinny anhyzer. Just a tiny bit.
That was hyzer.
Hyzer to you?
Yep, hyzer to me.
And so I'm just trying to be super skinny. That's a really
Criteria
good illustration of it with Jack.
Anheuser.
Just enough for us to know
And like
that
I
it's
said,
hyzer or
we'll dial this
anhyzer.
in. Jack and I should totally be able to hit without any movement on the catcher's part
And then
in
straight.
very little time. And that was straight. Yep.
And it
Yeah,
went
I'm over
hyzer.
here.
But
All right,
that's
so
okay.
we'll go big hyzer this time.
And so this will be a massive expression,
Big hyzer.
right? Really riding that big curve, trying to make it curve a lot.
Oh yeah, that was real big, Jack.
Good job, Jack. Way to stick with the program.
Big
kid.
Annie.
And the Big Annie is kind of hard, but it's a great skill. It really is a great skill. Big Annie. Yeah. Beauty. And then straight. Beauty. All right.
We'll go
and
just a tiny bit.
I'll save some of the amazing frisbee throwing for a little bit later. Hang on, let me name this scene. Catch with curves. So back to here, back to this idea of learning to curve for a self-correcting throw. The idea behind both of those exercises was to set up hyzer and hyzer straight. Hyzer and hyzer straight. And then as an athlete, we get to select how aggressive, how not aggressive we get within that little pattern. And if you can do what Jack and I were doing there, throw a tiny little skinny hyzer, right? Throw a 40-yarder that's just a tiny bit hyzered out the whole way. And you can throw a 42-yard skinny anhyzer that's just a tiny bit tipped over, just slightly tilting and going to the right. Or you can, whip one out there at 42 yards that falls like dead as a stone, nearly vertical, and you can hit your roller, essentially, like a really hard, aggressive anhyzer throw, and drop it at like 40 yards as a roller. If you can do all four of those things, you own correcting your throw. There's no problem like fixing that. One of the problems people have with hyzer and anhyzer is they crutch it by doing something that may or may not be good technique, but they don't really figure out what they were doing wrong, and then they avoid like that release angle, right? And so that means you get stuck doing things you get stuck doing things the only way you know how to do them, and it's a limited function throw. As soon as you can hyzer and anhyzer in both directions with that throw and hit the target and do it at a lot of it or a little of it, then you have mastery over the throw. And I think it's a super, super awesome thing. Super awesome thing. And when you're doing it, make sure you curve left, curve right, then throw straight. Hyzer, anhyzer, straight. Don't get stuck throwing hyzer, hyzer, hyzer. The key is to balance them off one another and to figure out how they interrelate, to experience how they interrelate. So let me see what else. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Not said by Einstein, but it sounds good, and he was a pretty smart guy, so I'll quote him. I don't really want it to. The disc is a plane, like a wing. And so if the plane's here, it's going straight. If it's tilted here, it's curving that way. If it's turning here, it's curving that way, right? Or from you guys, it's curving that way or that way, right? And the disc acts the same way. Hyzer is the wing down away from you. Anhyzer is the wing up. And I think that holds true with all of them. It's a little finicky. I won't even try and explain it. There's a bunch of different ways to explain it, and they can get confusing. With the backhand, hyzer curves left, anhyzer curves right. And being able to do both allows you, ironically enough, to be able to do both. Dude, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm turning on the busted cam. What's Eppie doing? Did you get in trouble, Eppie? All right, so any questions about that jazz? I think I linked the article, so you guys should be good there. All right, and I'll make that disappear. So, ooh, check out this Sugar Rush deal, man. I really like this. Any minute. So this is a Sugar Rush. And this is the finish of 4-way play level 2. If the dog, a disc, and the handler are in the sweet spot at the tee in time, you get the bonus. If the disc is in the air before the tee in time, it's a live throw until it is caught or it hits the ground. So you have an opportunity to get both the sweet spot bonus here and my 3-point catch over there in the zone that I need. And so I make the throw, time, dog is in there, there's a yellow disc right there behind my foot. That shit is a Sugar Rush. It was kind of cool. I found that the other day. I thought it was awesome. So, and I don't really know what to talk about. Let me fix my camera here. There we go. Get these two on the busted cam. All right. So chat certainly is reserved tonight. Why so reserved, chat? What's up with that? Why are we so reserved tonight? I'm kind of reserved tonight myself. I don't know who's here, though. Let me see. I'm just trying to see if I want to throw anything on, if I got anything that jumps out at me. Alicia, you were doing the zigzag, and how did that go? Like, a lot of times for me, every time I do a zigzag just to make my dogs leap, like for the first time with that dog, they're the best zigzags I've ever done. Like as soon as I stop trying to look cool and shit and just focus on making my dog leap, like that zigzag, I completely realize what a zigzag is about in the judging and competitive sense, right? Like the idea of what it is and what it does for you, and yeah. Did it go better? Just start to catch the counterclock side? That can be tough. You got to practice. So in class the other day we had homework was to throw zigzags with no intent other than to make the dog leap well. Right? Backhand and a sidearm or overhand wrist flip over there to the left. Yeah, well, you obviously haven't been throwing that sidearm over there to the left, Alicia, to make him leap, right? You need to throw it over there to make him leap and practice that. And that'll start to get budgeted in to the calculus. And just starting to do it and focus on it a little bit, it will start to happen because you're placing your intent, your focus there. You should have seen that already on the clockwise side with more methodical leaping, better collection, seemingly more in sync and more connected. You should have noticed that on your strong side. But again, I can't tell you guys enough. Go out there and throw a zigzag just to make your dog leap, right? Nothing, no fancy throws, just make the dog leap at like 8 or 10 yards and really kind of concentrate on it. run 3 or 4 zigzags doing that, and tell me if, hit me up in the live stream in a couple weeks and let me know if it wasn't the best zigzag you've ever done. Again, doing it for training and for proper movement and for training purposes, completely different than doing a competitive zigzag. And I wish more players and therefore teams would get to experience that. All right, so we checked off this one. So learning to curve for a self-correcting throw. You guys should totally do that. You should all totally do that. In your, you have your net, right? You can go hyzer to number 1, anhyzer to number 2, straight to number 3, hyzer, anhyzer, straight. If you have a single target, hyzer, anhyzer, straight, hyzer, anhyzer, straight. That different read and those very purposeful interrelated throwing concepts and angles will give you the intelligence needed to learn how to curve the disc. So you guys should do that. Everyone should do that. It's a must. The anhyzer throw, I think, also is really good for dogs leaping. We'll touch on that some other time. All right, new disc and dog training classes coming soon. When was this? Ooh, vaulting concepts. That came out, was dropped. Came out. Localized trajectory and landing. I got scared on that. Yeah, it didn't really fill these classes the way that I wanted. Ooh, that engagement class is a really good class. I should revisit that. I really should. Our engagement shit is pretty lights out. And that is totally turnkey. I'm going to have to, hang on, I'm going to screenshot that. As if, I'll put this up. Put this up in the chat. Ooh, where do I need to do that? I need to do that here. Well, I wish chat, you guys, like, I wish you were a little more chatty. You guys are improperly named. Ooh, look at that. I don't know. I don't like it coming in from over there. But it was in the way earlier. Uh-oh. Edit. No, that's the wrong thing to edit. Sorry, I'm getting ADD distracted here. I want it to fly in from the left. Even though it's going to cover my lower third. There we go. All right. So, nobody's got anything. Gosh, disappointed, chat. You disappoint me. That actually is a really good class. In terms of engagement, dismissal, attention, targeting, bite, drop, give, next is cookie, handler is cookie, anatomy of the behavior, shaping, engagement, cookie, process, doc. It's quite good. So this is set up, terms of engagement, essentially what these things are. And then whoa, easy cheetah is for the high drive dog. And more please is for the lower drive dog. It's actually a really excellent class. You could enroll in this class if you wanted. Just be a patron. This is what we do all day. It's funny. Alicia, a bunch of that should look familiar. Yep, yep. Yeah, our engagement class, the dog training graphic novel instruction. I still really dig that. This was really cool, man. So our sequence building class is image based. Yeah, totally right, Alicia. Sequence building class is image based, and these are pieces of it. And this immersion into yeah, how familiar does that look, Alicia? This immersion kind of thing with the imagery, I think, is really neat. And all of these are cribbed and pulled directly from the video. You'll see a bunch of the video that has these images in them in the show and throughout our instruction. But yeah, you got a sidearm pose. Whoa, looks like a sidearm to me. Leg lift is optional. And so like handler's point of view, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. All right, enough with class. What do we got? Nobody wants to change the topic. Somebody's got to change the topic. Oh, you know what I do have? I have April Jolene freestyle. So I had a different right before class, right before the show. I was getting my my work together for the show, and I pulled up the front page of pvibe.com like usual, and I started to go through the show and plan the show, and then I deleted. I quit Safari, and I lost the version of the front page, so I had to redo it. But April and Jolene's freestyle from Updog were in there, and I think we should watch it, and that's what we're going to do. Cause I'm awesome. Oh, I gotta make sure. I'm sorry, I gotta kind of hide the music. I'll have to talk like through it the whole time because I'm gonna get a copyright strike for this dumb song. And I don't want to get a copyright strike. So, April and Jolene. Jolene's a 6-year-old, maybe 7-year-old poodle. Updog criterion round freestyle. So she's being scored by a dog judge, a human judge, and a canine judge. And so, here, let me turn on. This is going to be terrible, but I should just leave it. So she's pulling the dog around. She's exhibiting flat work. She's moving around the field pretty good. They're a nice team. Totally is a good job. You can see her prepared and ready before the dog gets back. And throws her delivered to the dog in stride. Whoop. Oh, that you got me, April. You fooled me. Oh, you fooled me again, April. I was kind of hoping to just let this play with some cool audio, but I can't. I'll get a copyright strike. It's terrible. Can't even, like, one time. I even gave them credits. I even gave them musical credits, man. What else do they want? What else do they want? So, April and Jolene getting it done. Nice little round, Criterion round of freestyle. I don't know who's here, but I'm a big fan of the UpDog rule set. I think the feedback and the criteria that Jack has come up with, and Jack Bailey's come up with, is pretty spectacular. Interesting. April. We'll analyze it some other time. No need to do all that. Back to the screen share jazz. So DiscDog puppy bite work details. We had this a while back, just like a day or two ago, actually, where we covered this video with Wham. It's a good video. And I don't know if I want to do the video again. I might want to do the video again. This is annoying that I have to, like, go visit YouTube and then hit, like, that's annoying. So back to where am I? DiscDog puppy bite work details. So Wham, actually, you know what? We have people with puppy stuff. Bite, drop, give can always be elucidated upon. So I think let me run through the article and then we'll watch the video. I think it's actually a pretty stellar lesson, to tell you the truth. So engagement starts with dismissal. Little dog like Wham, she's a nice working Aussie. She's a little reserved. She's super pushy. And I think she's partly super pushy because she exists with a bunch of other dogs. And so go-to dog stuff, her being not having access to her handler, is kind of a standard thing. I did. Yeah, Wham had an amazing round of freestyle. That's what we should watch. So here, let's watch, we'll watch this, and then I'll pull up Wham's freestyle. I think I can find it. So the idea that engagement starts with dismissal, though, really, really awesome. Dismiss the dog's shape and capture the dog coming off of the environment. Wham is a little social butterfly. She does like to greet people. She doesn't like other dogs, but she does like to greet people, and she is naughty and mischievous. And that kind of dog, we can get them to believe that shaping us softly with, like, eye contact and body posture is like getting one over on us, is like being mischievous, right? It's a really neat technique. But engagement starts with dismissal. If you can't turn something off, you don't have a handle on turning it on, right? If you never have to turn it on, you don't know how to turn it on, right? If you can't turn it off, you don't have power over turning it on and off. You must have off in order to have on. I could kind of go on around that, but hopefully that gets the idea. Dismissal allows you to shape engagement, which I think is pretty awesome. So we can reinforce behaviors that lead to the dog leaving the environment or engaging with us. We can shape that. We don't have any pressure to do anything at that point in time. Within the session, you can see that I make quite a big deal out of taking it away from Wham, like playing with her and taking it away from her, and you can't have it. No, that's not okay. That's mine. Ooh, this thing. And that's a really fun game, that playful teasing within the game. And discs that are missed, targets that are missed, honestly, and even dishonestly, like a wrestling, like, you know, professional wrestling. We'll buy in if we're into the game enough, right? You know. But anyway, playfully teasing the dog. That's way better than trying to make them get it or giving it to them, right? Offer it to them. They don't want it, take it away. What? That shit's mine, right? Taking it away is more valuable than giving it to them. It's really on display within the video we're going to watch. There's no such thing as a suicide rabbit. Disc never jumps in the dog's face. Wham does a pretty good job with that. Attention for bite. The first thing your dog should do is give attention if they want something from you. Period. Especially the bite. You should come up and look at you and say, hey, we gonna bite this shit? Tell me to bite this shit. I'm ready to bite this. Right? Attention for bite, super awesome. Super important. Triggering the bite. Turning the disc horizontal for the trigger. Pop. Pairing it with a verbal cue. I use chick. So shaping the give, dead fish tug. The tugging is only exciting when the other person is playing along. If not, you're just pulling them around. You're like transportation. You're like a bus or a tram. Yeah, you're a tram. You gotta like stay where the rut makes you stay, kind of thing. Nobody wants to play tug with somebody who's not playing. So a dead fish tug, giving in on the give, can be a really powerful signal to the dog to let go of the disc. So we have the tug, which is loaded with me tugging on it, and then when I go dead fish and nothing happens, you realize that is no longer good. And so you'll see that go down within this session too. All right, let's see if I can find this over here. I hope I can. I should have been doing that the whole time, but I was actually quite into the discussion on that. I think it is a really, I think it's a pretty nice lesson. There are 3 pieces within this lesson, and I'm going to have to pull it up. I hope I can find it. I hope I can find it, guys. Grr. It's annoying, by the way. Wham. Pushing, pulling, pink. Eppie. Epicam. Wham. Bridging the take. Wham. Bridging the take. Bite work. Details. That's it. Is it still there? Are you ready? You want to do it again? All right. All right, we're going to go with round 2 with Wham. I dismissed her, sent her away, told her that I was off limits. And I'll go ahead and shape and capture her orientation. Could take a sec. It's all right. What I'm looking for here, we're not going to see it on camera, but the moment she orients or pays any attention to me, yes, oh my gosh, that's amazing, good work. Awesome, you ready? Whoa, you missed it. Taking it away from the dog. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Taking it away. Oh, yeah. Gonna get a lot watch
more
her
out of that
engage.
than get it, pushing it on her. Get it.
And she does a great job staying engaged while I drive this on her. But you can see it kind of get a little lame.
I want to take it away from her.
And look at the difference there.
And taking it away from her so she misses even. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
She loves
and
that.
That's going to build up her intensity for the target. It'll also help her deal with adversity when she doesn't get what she wants or what she feels like she needs. Yes, good girl. I'm going to go back to that regrab. Yes. Awesome. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Ouse. Yes. So she'll hold through that marker and want to possess the disc. Good.
So that, what I'm doing there, I'm employing a regrab, right? So when the dog takes it from me, right? When the dog takes it, I'm reaching back and grabbing it. So my criteria for the bite, I'm holding it, and the dog bites it. My criteria for the bite to be successful, yes, is to remove it from my hand. And that allows me to, with the softest of biters, yes, oh my gosh, you're amazing. And then I can kind of re-grab it. Yes, oh, whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, whoa. And as long as he's holding it, it's like a re-bite, right? So the dog bites it. We tug a little bit. Yes, and then I re-grab. Yes, and then I re-grab. Yes, and then I re-grab. And by re-grabbing after the marker, you can get them to hold through your marker. Because most of the time they'll get the marker and spit it out because you have other discs and you're ready to do it again. And that would have been great for a Dyson or Roomba. That would have been great for a Dyson or Roomba. Faux show. Single disc is a tough one. It is a tough one. So, Canada in the house. McNabb's in the house. Penny, if I recall. Let's see. So what else do we got? Oh, we're still in the middle of Wham. So we've hit on the taking it away being more valuable and animating the dog. You're going to see that continue through this session. Attention for bite. The criteria for the bite of boom here. Attention for bite and drop for bite are both, so triggering the bite, the idea that yes doesn't mean fly at that shit and bite it, man. No, it's just like your cookie bag. Yes, I reach into the cookie bag, I get the cookie out, I give it to you, right? It's not yes, and then the dog beats my ass at the cookie bag, right? Yes, then you get your bite cue. Through, yes, then you get your bite cue, right? That idea of using the marker and triggering the bite and owning that, really, really rather important. And I think we're going to do the dead fish to the prompt switch here in this section too.
Yeah. Ouse. Good girl. All right, so I'm going to work eye contact. Yes. Good. For the bite. So the trigger for the bite, come on, hot stuff, is the horizontal placement of the disc. I'm going to present that sort of dead. Oh, that's going to be right in front of her eye contact. I'm going to wait for eye contact. Yes. Good. And that horizontal, just good. Ouse.
You really do want your dog offering eye
one.
contact as a default behavior. Otherwise,
Yes.
they do shit like that.
The horizontal
Or jumping at
presentation
the
is the trigger for the bite. Yes.
So her eye
Yes,
contact
good
is
girl.
making the disc hit that horizontal,
So now all this tugging
which is the bite trigger.
can be trouble. I want to give as well. So what I'm going to do, mine,
And here
is I'm going to give the verbal
dead
yes,
fish.
and then I'm going to offer some lax resistance. Right, and this is
That
going to be a prompt
re-grab.
switch. Oh, get it. Mine, and then I'll go easy. Yes.
And so what I did was I offered the verbal cue, mine, and then I touched it with my hand, and then I went limp, right? And so that idea of the verbal coming before the dead fish can be a really powerful prompt switch. It's got to be verbal, then hand, then dead fish. You can do verbal, then dead fish, but you really probably want verbal, then hand, then dead fish. Ooh, awesome. I can't see that. Hey, Sage Paw, what's up? If you want to chat with your proper Facebook moniker and whatnot, if you go here, if you go there, then you can get your avatar and username into the chat. You have to allow them to be friendly with you on Facebook. What's up, Sage Pa? Yay! Right. So we were just doing attention.
So the verbal of mine is not strong. The physical,
Oh yeah,
the
of
physical
the dead fish
of the
is.
dead fish tug. You see that there's no load on that. I want to present the verbal mine, and then I want to go dead fish. Yes. Good. Oh, what happened?
Hey Daniel,
Yes,
how are you,
good
man?
girl.
Awesome.
Mine. And present that dead fish. Yes. Good. Ouse. Yes. Ouse. Yes.
You'll notice that
Yes.
criteria
Removal from the hand. Ouse. Yes.
is the removal from the hand.
Mine. Dead fish. Yes. Awesome. You're amazing.
Whoa.
Whoa.
She is
Great work, Wham.
terrific.
It's awesome.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So what's going on, Daniel? Did you have a contest this weekend? I saw an ad for some event attached to your name. I'll give it a shout out. I don't have it. We have a small community. We're tiny but mighty. Tiny but mighty. Let me see here. Let me get rid of that for a second. Boom. And let me try to find oh, here it is. Oh my gosh, how exciting.
Followed by Hero and Storm. So this is Wham.
Wham's first freestyle. It's exciting.
Time begins.
Audio okay. I'm probably gonna have to kill this too. I can save some of it. That really sucks, guys. Really sucks that I can't play that. So, what else do we got here? Anybody want to ask anything? Those are Adams. Those are Adams, Anu. Adams are badass. I don't know, she's like 13, 14 months. She's just starting to do anything at all. Jack, a couple months ago, he was doing like flips to dog catch. He really bubble wrapped her, and she's a tiny little dog. She's a tiny little dog. So yeah, she's super young, just coming out of her shell. Pretty exciting time for sure. Let me drool all over my disc. Eppie, let me drool on it. Anything going on the busted camp? Look at those good dogs. Good dogs are tired dogs. All right. So, no requests. No, nothing like that. All right. Let me hide my... I don't care about that. The P-Vibe pilot, we won't hit on that. We've done a couple of web series, which I don't remember. January 21st, 2011. This was the P-Vibe Life, the very first one. That's S2E1. If you search for S2E1 on our site, you'll get that. I should do a series on those, actually. So the P-Vibe pilot and the P-Vibe Life, which became Positive Vibe in season 2. The pilot season was 10 episodes, and the second season was 9 episodes. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. We did a what did we do? Indiegogo on it. We did an Indiegogo on it that was pretty successful, actually. All right. So no word on any event, Daniel. Not anything going on. But yeah, I should really do a series on that. Wouldn't be bad. There's a bunch of good stuff in each episode. So I also did DiscDog Weekly last year, which is a pretty cool series. I don't even know what I'm looking for anymore. Oh well. Turn that one off. It wasn't very exciting. Push air bounce. That isn't bad. We could watch that. Let me see if I have it on a actual file. Give me 30 seconds to try and locate it. If not, we'll watch it on YouTube. Push air bounce. All right, I got the picture back up, picture back up, picture back up. Those probably aren't it. That is what it says, though. Push AB. All right, we'll watch it on YouTube. Grr. Sorry, guys. All right, here we go. Yeah, good. It's a short one. This is one of my favorite throws. I call it the will. It starts from catch high, and then you turn the disc over. And you swing your arm over your head until you get to that push throw position. And then you make the throw. This little hitch is going to fade as we get better at this skill. This is the entire progression. You can see the hitch disappearing until we have a smooth, fluid throw. As we start to lose the hitch and move on to smoothing out the bounce, we need to start thinking about pushing air. The disc stays in line with my arm, and as I swing my arm, the bottom of the disc creates an air disturbance. This is the cushion of air. So that... Oh, did I Has that been empty the whole time? Was there no video on that? Was there video on that? Do I need to rewind it? I was watching the video right here. I had great video. I think you guys just had a color screen, right?
Our disc is going to float upon.
You guys watching this?
We can't create...
I'm sorry, guys. So, I should just teach it instead.
And you swing your arm over your head until you get to that push throw position. Then you make the throw.
Okay, so this is the whole progression.
This little hitch is going to fade as we get better at this skill. This is the entire progression.
And so it's just getting
You can see the hitch
smoother,
disappearing until we have a smooth, fluid throw.
right?
As we start to lose the hitch and move on to smoothing out the bounce, we need to start thinking about pushing air.
So that pushing of air thing, so that pushing of air thing, right? If we have, like, it's a vector, an arrow of force coming out of the frisbee, right? With an arrow tip on it that signifies this frisbee is going that way. As we swing through, if we keep that vector against the curve, when we start to come down, actually as we're going over, it'll be impacted. It'll be pushing the air. And as we sweep down with it perpendicular to where we're going with the wing, it really generates a powerful disturbance. You can feel it when it's going to bounce by ensuring that this vector comes straight out and that you're not like wonky in it somehow. If you go here and try and set it again, you can totally do that. I think I can do that, right? But if you want it to really bounce, you can't, right? You want to keep that this thing pointing outside of the disc is always pointing where the disc is going to go, right? Hopefully that makes sense. It's really critical. It's critical for the air bounce too, actually. Not the same thing, but it is a critical concept.
The disc stays in line with my arm, and as I swing my arm, the bottom of the disc creates an air disturbance. This is the cushion of air that our disc is going to float upon. We can't create that cushion of air until we smooth out the transition from the beginning of the throw and round it out, make it a circle,
and then stepping,
and round off those edges of that hitch. Here I am trying to round off those edges in some tough wind conditions. You should see that we get better as it goes. Watch this one. Whoosh.
right? Uh-oh. I wanted that. Oh no, sweet spot. What? So push air bounce. Critical thing with that is getting that bottom of the disc oriented through this, and then working the hitch until this is like really awesome. Hitch, boom. Hitch, boom. That's got to be awesome, right? It's got to be really, really a good, crisp, beautiful throw. And then what you'll start to do is you'll start to round that out, right? You'll get it there, and eventually it'll be you're swooping down and sending it out all at the same time. Boom. Hopefully that makes sense. Super cool throw. It isn't that hard. You have to be able to do the hitch before you can do anything else. All right. I think we should move on unless there are any questions. Oh no. Hopefully the video did go eventually. That would be great if it didn't do it again. Anybody here, chat? Anybody? All right. I'll continue on anyway. Anu's here. All right. Good. I'm glad it worked. I'm glad it worked. All right. So here, I'm going to throw on some epic monkeying around stuff. I'll be right back, guys. At least I think I am.
Yes, good man. Yes, good man. Stop. Good. Oops. Stop. Oh. Awesome. Wait. Oop. Yes, good man. Awesome. Oop. Yes. Oh, that's crazy, huh? Off. Oop. Yes, good man. Oop. Yes, good man. Wait. Oop. Yes, awesome. Great work. Off. Stop. Uh-oh. What happened? Good. Good.
I really
Cut.
like this,
Stop. Yes. Off. Yes. Good man.
This is the kind of stuff I really dig doing with dogs.
Stop. Whoa. That
Whoa.
was tough. That was tough. That was super tough. Wait. Stop. Yes. Good.
It's a pretty big spread. I asked him to go pretty far on that rep.
Stop.
The one before that.
Great work. Hoop. Yes. Wait. Awesome. That's some fine weight in there, buddy. Wait. Stop. Good. Awesome. Off. Yes. Hoop. Yes. Good man. Great work. Awesome. Go to dog stuff.
Whoa. He's totally epic. He's totally epic. Any questions or comments on that training session? That would be a good one to just kind of talk about. If anybody had any thoughts or ideas from that. I mean, I know what I was trying to do. I talked about it last stream, yesterday morning, right? I talked about it, but I didn't. I don't really want to talk about it the same way again tonight. I don't want to like beat it into the ground, but I do think it's kind of cool. So when our dogs are chasing discs, especially like dogs who've been trained in agility or who've been trained to leap properly, right? When they're chasing a disc, they're pitted. Their athletic abilities and focus are pitted against each other. You have this chasing of the toy, right? this rabid chasing of the toy, rah, 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 right? Crazy chasing of the toy. And then you have this thoughtful, meaningful collection so I can jump up there and get that shit. And I should probably have my other camera on, and I don't. Right, like I have this collection, I'm like, sweet, let me jump up there and go get that. And they're pitted against each other in this game, right? And that idea of a pedestal, as a major focal point, the landing and the takeoff, two major focal points, right here and right here, right? When we have them, Eppie, up, wait, hoop, come on, you can do it, hoop, wait, hoop, yes, good man, right? That was awesome. Yeah, and that was silly and tough. But I think you get the idea. By putting that hoop there, it totally changed how he's going to address this stool. Off. Eppie, off. And when we put a hoop or a jump in front of a pedestal, we adjust the dog's trajectory. And when we adjust that dog's trajectory and they have to land down there, right? Oh, Mango, you're ready, right? You're ready. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. We're not going to do it. You should get off. Mango, off. Good man. Go do dog stuff. Nope. Nope. No, you're going to have to just chill out, Mango. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So up next from the front page, Flatwork Compass with Otto. Otto is a really cool dog, man. He's a little more than a year old. He's a friggin' shit ton of dog, man. And he's a really nice guy. He's a good egg, right? He's a good egg. He's pushy and kind of an asshole. But, you know, he's a good guy. He doesn't want to hurt anybody or anything like that. He's a real nice guy. He's just kind of like big, dumb frat boy. He's awesome, though. So, I'm going to... Makai? Yeah. Easy. Easy. Gotta be careful, handsome, yeah. Ready? Out. Handler movement. Through. There's no handler movement. Drop. Out. Through. Drop. Fancy. Yep. Drop. Whoa. Come on, Eppie. Fancy. Through. Drop. Just such a fancy. Skill. Through. Drop. Go. Two. Fancy. Pretty cool. Worth having in your quiver of setup move tricks, I think. And there's all kinds of variations on it. You can go counterclock. I have one I call snazzy. Right? That's awesome. By the way, you notice that he's leaping and catching much better, right? It's because we're isolating catch. Just that. Yes, ouse, yes. I'll block. Did you see him respond way the fuck out there?
I was trying.
And now I'm gonna throw out to 10 o'clock over there. So right behind the touch.
I guess I was picking up on him.
Yes, good man. So if he drops, I'm gonna wait for him. throw drops
Dude,
on
can't do nothing without that.
my job.
And I'll wait for him. I can ask him like that, like 3 times, and then I'm gonna slow roll it to this thing, right? And if he gets it before I get there, I'm gonna immediately cue, ouse, yes, right? And I'll give him a cookie. Yes, good man, awesome.
Dumbass. Someone needs to smack that handler.
My fault, by the way.
Someone needs to smack
Right, but I
that
want to
handler.
illustrate this. He dropped it, so I'm going to allow him to go get it. Then I'm going to slow roll it. Right? Good man. Mine. Yes.
The give
Easy.
theory says to cue the drop right away when he picks it up, because it's about the drop, right? If he goes out there and picks it up and I cue drop and everything gets fucking awesome again, he's going to want to carry it to drop. That's the whole goal of this exercise. Not of the flatware compass, but of this usage of the flatware compass, or this training intervention during a session that requires that mechanical skill.
An option. Okay, that give, an option. Ouse,
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I'm talking about there. That give is an option.
Catch.
So now
You notice
we're
that
gonna have
Went
two
right back,
passes.
and I made sure, yes. Ouse, yes. Catch.
2 o'clock, then 10 o'clock. And each time I'm
Ouse,
stopping and
yes.
blocking him,
Catch.
boom, he's responding to my
Hustle.
pressure.
What?
And that's a pass.
Come on, handsome. Let's go, go, go. Hustle, hustle, hustle.
That I
So we got this
cue.
last disc. Ouse, yes.
Didn't move, dude.
Catch. Yes, good man. Awesome.
And then we have a counterclock pass.
Right
We have
on.
flank.
Mine. So I think that problem's gonna be gone.
So we have flank, right? Pass, pass. Clockwise flank, counterclock flank, clockwise pass, counterclock pass. And we do that in order so we are forced into handling the dog each time. One half of that is going to be more challenging than the other half. And you should just do it and learn how to make it all awesome. If you can do that, then you're stopping your dog in both directions and communicating to your dog, you're the dog. You're the dog, you're running this way. I step here, right? I step here with the disc, you're going out there. You're the dog coming this way. I step here and pull you down this, you're coming here. I step forward, boom. Here, check it out from this camera. So you're coming this way, I step forward, boom, right? Or I, boom, pulled directly down the line. And that becomes a very clear communication tool to say, hey, you're there, work with me in this direction. Or hey, work with me in this direction, versus, hey, get your ass past me like yesterday, right? So the flatware compass, really awesome. Otto needs to do some other things, like, so for me, the flatware compass is a warm-up, 6 throws, right? I do flank, flank, pass, pass, flank, flank. Awesome. Go to dog stuff. That's a great warm-up. All right, and it exercises restraint on the dog. It exercises control over where we're going and what we're doing. It emphasizes the release on the trigger. So, trigger with Eppie, trigger with Eppie. Hopefully I find it right away. Otherwise, we're going to find Epic Trigger 2, Epic Trigger. Yep. So, let's do this. Let's watch this one. Right over here. Lie down. Awesome. Hey everybody, how's it going? Ron Watson, Positive Vibe, host of Disc Dogger Weekly. I'm out here with Eppie right now. We're going to do some trigger work. We're going to demonstrate a trigger and show you how that works, why it's important, stuff like that. I'll come out with King and show you a little bit more in a sec. Awesome. You ready? Handsome? Let's go. Awesome. Come here, big man. So the trigger for Eppie to bite something is when the disc turns horizontal, right? So as soon as that disc turns horizontal, he's gonna hit it. I give a verbal on that, boom. That little TCHK, that is the verbal cue. And I can do this, I can go down and he won't go, and then I can come up. As soon as it hits that horizontal, see, Alicia? That's when he comes up for it. Night. Right? So that's a super important trigger. Super, super important trigger. Wait. Yes, good man. So that trigger is going to hold true. Catch. Oh, I know, I burned you, didn't I? So he's the same trigger, that horizontal pop of the disc, is the trigger for the throw. Couldn't go until that disc turns horizontal. Soon as that disc turns horizontal, he's going to, Eppie here, go make the catch. Wait, catch. Right? There's no trigger there. Wait, it isn't until that thing goes. So you can see him clearly looking at the release there, right? What? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Horizontal. And when he completely looks at the release like that, he completely leaps like a badass. Because he sees it the whole way. He's gonna bust for it. All right, another one, a vault. So aus. So if I'm standing here and I tell him rebound and I throw it, he's not gonna go. All right? He's not gonna go on that. He's waiting, rebound, for the leg. That leg coming up, the presentation aus of the obstacle, rebound, that is the trigger for the vault. Aus, same. That is critical. You need to remember that and do that, do that, do that, do that. Thing here with the top, a linear vault. I can make that throw. Oh so yeah, well how did you do that? Wait, top. That is the trigger, the disc hitting horizontal, so. Mine should not have gone though. Dude. I feel like wait. Top. Oh, no. That's the trigger. That leg coming up. Aus. Wait. Top. That's the trigger. If you watch this, that leg coming motion, up. Aus. Unlike a Jakey, it'll be when I open up and present my body. Jakey twist. Like he's just bent his elbows, right, on my movement. And that opening up and presenting your body on rebounds, you can go through it in super frame by frame and you can see that like when that heel comes up, that knee bends, that there's daylight on the ground. Those are the trigger signals. When the back bends or the chest is presented. Those are really strong cues. And if you identify them and use them, you're going to be much better off than using the disc.
And Jakey's, that is also going to be, let me see if I can get, watch my feet. He's going to break on my feet as a trigger. And I would consider that presentation of the obstacle as well. Jakey twist. Boom. Awesome. Mackay. Go. Badass. Awesome, awesome. All right. So the super cool thing about this is that dogs tend to jump the flip, right? You fake your dog and he fakes out. Eppie won't go unless the disc comes out of my hand or hits that horizontal, right? He knows. And that right there is super important. So this trigger, a good solid trigger, is going to help you and your dog hook up. It's going to allow you to control top. He literally can't go until I fire off that trigger. Awesome. Let's go get King-a-Ling.
Never be
Eppie.
late again. Never be late again. Deny, hang on. Deny that time exists. There is no time in vaulting. That's the secret. That's the big secret. All right, let me see. So we got April, we got Fly Chief Flow. I gotta show at least a little bit of this. We'll just talk about it real quick. Fly Chief Flow as a drop framework. So Fly Chief Flow is a mix of flat work and DiscDog.Live forms, in particular the flat work compass, which we just went through. Those 4 throws, a block from front position over to the 2 o'clock, front position stable, 10 o'clock, front position stable, a pass to 5 o'clock, front position stable, a pass to 7 o'clock. So clockwise, counter, clockwise, counter. And we slap that in the middle of some flat work shit. So that flat work compass throttles all of the movement, starting and stopping, communicating this way or that way. And it's friggin' awesome, man. It's super, super amazing. It really puts you on the spot to handle your dog and gives you good direction points or like checkpoints of simple yet purposeful movements. I think it's really spectacular. So we'll go through it a little bit. We can check out this this image here. So Fly Chi is flat work, and it's, let me see if there's anything really missing from that image. Yeah, there is. So we'll do this one instead. Hang on, let me do this. Whoop. Awesome. So we have flat work and flowing team movement. We have a clock and a counter expression of that, right? A clock and a counter expression of that. And those will be variable. Those will be, so Fly Chi flow form number 1 is just pulling your dog around, right? Cueing the drop and just pulling the dog around clockwise, make a throw. That would be this one here. And then dog comes in and we pull the dog counterclockwise and make a throw. And then we move on to the static interior work, flank. We block the dog, boom. We're going to 2 o'clock dog, and we make the throw. Keep them honest with the trigger. We block, right? Now we're going to that counterclock flank, right there. Boom, right? We block, or I'm sorry, we pull the dog around, clock, make the throw, pull the dog around, clock the other way, make the throw. We block the dog, pass, block the dog, pass. Awesome. 6 throws. Takes about a minute, right? And so again, we have flat work with a clock and counter expression of flowing team movement. And then we have a clock and counter static flank, which throttles that game down and communicates directionality of flank that way, pass this way, pass that way, right? And then we do 2 flat work moves. So let's say we're doing fly chi flow form number 3. Instead of just pulling the dog around, we would do rear cross, moving from clock to counter with a throw. And then we would bring the dog in on counter and rear cross, going from counter to clock, and make the throw. And then we would block the dog with the flank, with the static movement, clockwise flank, counterclock flank, and then we'd pull the dog in, rear cross, pull the dog in this way, rear cross, block the dog, pass, block the dog, pass, right? And it's really, really awesome for handlers and teams. And so anyway, that's what it is. What this article is about, and this is what we're going to close on, guys. I hope some people are still at all interested in hanging out. It really makes for an awesome drop framework, right? You have a distance drop, right? A drop at a distance. And I would call it at a distance. I would play games with the drop at that distance within this form. And then we have static work with a give or a local drop. So we can make a nice distinction. I make a throw out there, I pull you around, I cue drop, you drop, I make the throw, you catch it, we go the other way, you drop, you make the catch, you come in, right? Now I can make you give it to me or drop it right here at my feet, right? And so we get the expression of flowing team movement and the drop at a distance 2 times. And then we get 2 more controlled, localized drops and gives. And then we get 2 of the distance ones. And then we get 2 of the gives or local drops. So if your dog is shitty at bringing it, you can only experience slight trauma in your cueing and in your ability to communicate well while you strengthen up the concept of the drop, right? So you can smooth that over really easily and only have 1 or 2 reps that give you trouble, allowing you to work on the skill. And you can then take the other pieces, the distance, for instance, like let's say my dog drops immediately. So, okay, so the drop at a distance, super easy. I just cue it immediately. And then for the static interior work, I take 4 more discs out and I cue it immediately. And then I bring the dog in and we do the flank and I cue the drop immediately and we come in. And I just get the drop cued immediately and I use it like that. My point is that the ability and requirement for flowing play to happen is to drop away from me and or to drop close to me. And we can set this game up to make it work to reinforce either aspect that we may need as a team. And I hope that makes sense. I think it's really friggin' cool, man, personally. I really dig it. Let me see. I don't even remember writing this. Yeah, it just goes through the mechanics about how the drop cue is reinforced with the presentation of basic flat work position and the action of movement. You can do it as a prompt switch, out, move, right? If you have a dog who's sticky on the drop, just pair out with either the presentation of some team movement, like some flat work team movement, or a front cross. Cue out and switch directions on them. They'll drop that shit right away, man. And if you do that right next to each other a bunch of times, the dog will learn that the out predicts the teeth off. And you can fade the front cross or the presentation of that cue. But anyway, it's a good prompt switch opportunity to make that happen. The idea of the local drop or give, really important. If your dog is really good at bringing it in, right, and you want them to bring it in better, or I'm sorry, you want them to drop it away from you sometimes, but they're really good at bringing it in, that's awesome, right? They can bring it in and keep the game going, and you can massage the game by where you call the drop to get the game working so that you can reinforce more easily when the dog drops further away. That's fucking terrible. I'm sorry, guys. That's absolutely terrible. It's super funny. I think I have a video of me doing what I'm trying to say, and it's not working so good. So having the ability. Okay, here we go. Let's try it again. So I'm working my dog. I have a drop problem, right? And having the ability to use the drop or give the drop right at my feet, which always happens and is really easy for us, to use that within the pattern of play and to use it to grease the skids of the drop behavior and to set the expectation of the rate of reinforcement of the entire activity, right? A local drop or give, when the dog doesn't drop far away, can be a really important thing if they get it conceptually. Oh, he didn't cue drop. I get to bring it into him. Oh, shit. Right? Knowing what the drop right in here in the cued, or I'm sorry, in the give, really, really empowering concept for a dog. And you can really use that within this. I need to find some, and even the ones that are testing the drop can be used for the drop, but I'm completely unprepared to fucking talk about that. That would be rough. It's okay to make a mistake. That's a pretty good piece. I played it a couple times. I don't know if anyone's here. I should play it actually. Let me see if I have it. Let me see if I have it in talky talk fashion. Pretty sure I do. September 5th. It's a good one. It's a good one. Oh, come on. Here. All right, where are we at? I don't want to put it there. I don't want to put it there. I want to put it here. I'm probably going to... Right over here. Lie down. Awesome. Hey everybody, how's it going? Ron Watson, Positive Vibe, host of DiscDog.Live. It's okay to make a mistake. Mistakes they exist.
They will happen, and you and your dog will make them. Yes, even dogs make mistakes. All dogs know this. Mistakes can be many things and nothing at all. Lessons to be learned, lessons to be taught. Lessons learned years ago, and no lesson at all. The wise handler knows this. Mistakes in performance are not acceptable, but what are you going to do? Best thing to do is accept it and move on. Like water off the back, let that stuff fall behind you. Mistakes in practice are not just acceptable, they are important. Mistakes in practice show your gaps and your weaknesses and can deliver epiphanies about the Tao of DiscDog that success could never bring to light. Your response to mistakes is not just about you. It affects the team and affects your dog. A poor mistake response can ruin the whole day's training, and consistent, ugly mistake responses can shut down a dog. If a mistake happens on a trick or skill, accept it. Break the flow of the session for a moment and give it another shot. If a mistake happens on a mechanical skill like an early drop, just wait a sec and see if your dog will remedy the situation. If you've done a good job in your training, the lack of action will jog the dog's memory and he'll fix it without your help. Accept it and move on. Accepting mistakes without response or emotion in the moment is important, but mistakes have to be addressed. Take the time between sessions to put on your coach's hat and figure out a plan to remedy the mistake in the next session. If a mistake really gets to you, dismiss the dog and take a few moments to regroup. Dig it? Show some love for Positive Vibe on Patreon.
All right. I think that's going to do it. I'm all done. Chat, you've been lame. I do appreciate Anu, Alicia, Facebook user, I think it was Penny, and a couple other people. Super awesome you guys were on. Sage Pog, good to talk to you again. Super fun, everyone. Be more chatty. So we'll see you hopefully sometime soon. Hopefully you are digging the stream. Do hook up with us on pvibe.com. I am going to play us out with, I think I'm going to go with, I don't know. We'll see you, Anu. Good to see you. Meme roll number 3. All right. See you guys. Have a good night.